Hey everybody, it's Stephanie Old World Gamer, and welcome back to Quest of the Firelands. And boy, do I have a story for you about what happened yesterday. I was recording this episode, and just beforehand I was thinking, you know what, I should probably back up the world. I haven't done it in about a week. And I was thinking, no, you know what, I'll do it right after this episode. I'm having probably one of the best commentaries I've probably ever had. I was in a superb mood. Everything was great. I was making good banter. And I got past the second day, and then what happened except that the power would go out for 10 seconds. That's it. It was only out for 10 seconds, and then it came back again, and the recording couldn't be saved, obviously. Not only that, but it decided that wherever I was, it was going to kill off the wolf, my wolf, Hops. So, after a lot of swearing and being very upset about it, I went off, I turned back. I went back, not too far, about a day's journey maybe, and I looked for a wolf. And I looked, and I looked, and I looked, and I found one! And we have Hops back. He is back with us, because I wanted to keep this as consistent as possible. And the only other thing that I did besides... Okay, there he is. The only other thing that I did besides that was I got resources. So I do have more wood. I have some dirt. I replenished most of my tools and stuff. I still... Oh, I don't have a helmet. And I didn't take my crafting bench again, so... Oh, we can craft on the fly while in our boat. Isn't that nice? I'll just put that there. And we'll keep going on our merry way on our little boat. It looks like it ends there. Does it do anything different over here? Maybe. Ha! You spawned on that one block, didn't you, buddy? Anyways, welcome to Quest of the Firelands. For those of you who are unaware of the Firelands or what this quest entails, basically we're walking 12.5 million blocks away from spawn in order to find the most fragmented and twisted and demented terrain generation that Minecraft has to offer. And in return, we get some very smexy looking pictures and terrain and stuff, but we'll have lots of cool places to explore. Boom! I made that. I made that boat commit suicide. No, that's terrible. Anyways, so I do have lots of other things to talk about, and I guess I'll get right into it. And basically, I've been talking to an indie developer that I was following for a very long time. I liked his, pretty much his, I don't want to say his first game because I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's his official first game that he released, and it was free, and it was incredible. And, whoa, Hops, I almost gave you damage by pushing you then, dude. Anyways, I was speaking to him, and apparently he was, or actually I was looking through some Twitter stuff, and one of his tweets popped up, and he was looking for beta testers. No! Through an email. My god, my stories are not the best whatsoever. But anyways, yeah, I found an email that he sent to me, and anybody else who was, you know, following his games or, you know, helped with the game. I backed his game more or less. I donated to help, and I've always been like with that with indie developers. I'm always 100% behind any indie developer because they are trying to make more games for people to enjoy and to have fun with, and to make their lives a little bit less crappier, because you know what, sometimes life can be crappy, and sometimes games are the thing that you need in order to make it a little less crappy. So that's the way I feel about that. But no, I very highly support, whoa. I very highly support indie developers, and that being the case, geez, that's a weird looking picture there. Anyways, that being the case, yeah, so I donated to him and his game and his cause and what he's doing, and I'm very looking forward to the successor of his previous game, and anyways, I applied to be a beta tester, so he got back to me today, immediately almost, and said, yes, I would love for you to beta test my game. I know that you've played games for a while, and he enjoyed my playthrough of the game and how much I enjoyed it, and we were fairly friendly with each other anyways, and he's actually had my name on you know, in his mind to make sure that the game gets sent out to me as soon as it's made, because he wants to get as much publicity as possible. And the last time, or the game, his first game that I played was it done fairly well for views on a couple of, because I do it on YouTube and then I share those playlists to Game Anyone, and basically I got an extra like 2,000 views or something on Game Anyone. So I mean, a lot more people were going and looking at his game and playing his game, and etc., etc. And I'm sure there were other people that helped just as much, if not more. Yeah, so he contacted me today and he said, yes, I would love for you to, you know, beta test the game for me. And I also told him that, you know, if I'm going to beta test the game for you, I will do you one better. I will go through the trouble of recording all of my gameplay and uploading it privately to YouTube and sending you the links so that he could view everything that happens whenever I find a bug or a glitch or anything else that's unwanted or, you know, unknown about in the game. So, I guess he also appreciated that quite a bit. So, I mean, it's a great way for any, I guess, developer to, you know, be able to reenact the bugs so that they can find a way to fix them, or to, you know, see a code dump of, you know, what exactly happened at that specific point in time. So, yeah, I'm very, very happy to help him with that. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Another thing that I've been thinking about recently as well is that some of you may or may not know, but I do collect video games, mostly older console cartridge games like Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, TurboGrafx-16, Sega CD, Sega Saturn, etc., etc. Although Sega CD and Sega Saturn both need discs, but that's besides the point. I collect video games. It's one of my hobbies. It's one of the things that helped me get into YouTube to begin with as well. And I've been thinking about trying to reinvigorate the collection building again, I guess, because, I don't know, it's been a while since I actually went out of my way to get a new game or a new pretty much a new anything for that matter, because well, games are expensive, especially old retro games, and especially games that are becoming more and more rare. That being said, because more and more people are going out of their way to start collections and to collect their own games, and, you know, be able to, a lot of people look at them as trophies. Me, I look at it as a huge piece of nostalgia. I don't know, I've always had a huge respect for anything to do with video games, just for the fact that, you know, people put a lot of time and effort into it, and they wanted you to be happy, more or less. And again, going back to the whole indie game thing, you know, those developers are trying to make people happy, and that's what every game developer is trying to do, pretty much, is to bring people a little bit more happiness. So, I mean, I was never the type to ever, you know, run to EB and trade in my games so I can get a new one, or even sell my games online or to people in real life, whatever. I was not one of those people. I did not believe in reselling of games, only for the fact that I believe that if you buy a game, you should like it and put up with it enough There we go. Yeah, you should be able to, if you buy a game, you should have enjoyed it and put up with it enough that you're going to keep it. And, you know, possibly even play it again. Now, I know not everyone has that mentality, and that's perfectly fine. That's just me being me. Want me to tone it? No, I won't do that. Actually, I will do this. Yeah, I don't need cobblestone. And I'll put that right here. Bed right there. We are good. Anyways, I'll get back to that in the morning. I'm feeling tired, both in-game and out of game. And we're back. But yes, yeah, no, I never believed in actually trading games or selling games, and that, you know, you should buy a game based on, you know, because you want to play that game, and once you finish it, you shouldn't just say, like, oh, okay, well, oh, we had a little pass-through here. You knew about it. You're a little cheater, aren't you? So, yeah, I believe that you should, you know, want to play the game more than once, not just, hey, I beat it, I'm going to trade it in, and I get a new game. That, to me, is, I don't know, you're not appreciating the game. You're not looking into it more. You're not putting any more thought into it. You're not giving it the love that it should deserve. Now, I'm not saying every game deserves love. I've played my fair share of really crappy games as well, so yeah. But yeah, no, I've played my fair share of crappy games as well, and believe me, I'm you know, I believe that some games, yeah, well, I mean, you shouldn't buy them. I mean, unless, you know, you plan on, you know, playing them, whether they're bad or not. That's why people do buy bad games, so they can witness how bad it is over and over again. Some people buy those bad games just so they can get good at them and show people, like, look, this game may be horrible, but it is playable. You can do it. It can be beaten. It can be played, and you don't have to feel bad about it. Now, there are some, like Desert Bus, that, you know, like those types of games, I'm pretty sure at least Desert Bus was created for, well, it was a simulator more or less, but I thought that, I heard something about, it was supposed to have been created so that, people use it for charity purposes, or something like that. Maybe I misheard that. I know people have done, certain, like, live streams of Desert Bus where they actually drive the bus the entire time and, you know, just play the game, and they do it for charity, and, you know, the longer they go, the more people donate, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So that's a cool concept as well, and I can hear and feel my voice getting, like, worse and worse. I need to get it. Hold on. And Hops is just going to push me around. Ooh, okay, so I had a little sip of Gatorade. I've been drinking Gatorade a lot recently to replenish a lot of my fluids, because throughout the day I've been, well, getting super warm and sweating a lot because I'm in people's warm houses, and then out in the cold, and in my warm van, and out in the cold, and then in the warm house, and out in the cold, and in the warm house, and out in the cold. And eventually, yeah, I start sweating a lot from being in the heat, obviously. So, I mean, I'm dressed for the cold because I expect to spend time out there, and I don't want to be freezing. But at the same time, I don't want to be in between jobs all the time and having to switch. Oh, now I'm going to wear this coat. Now I'm not going to wear this coat. Now I'm going to wear this coat. Now I'm going to take it off again. It's just, it's time consuming. And I know it doesn't sound like it would be, but it can be, believe me. But, ooh, we haven't done much boating yet, so I guess we have our second boating expedition. I hope the land doesn't end just over there. It looks like it might, but I have hope. I have hopes and dreams. I have a dream. I'm not trying to make fun of that. Sorry if anyone got offended. Oh, yeah, another thing was I also found an underwater spawner, and all I found in it was like 3 bars of iron that I could take, and the rest of it was garbage. And one of it had like a bunch of poop in it. And I'm being serious. Like, there was nothing but the cocoa beans. It was, I don't know, 4 or 5 slots there that had just 3 cocoa beans, cocoa beans in it, and I was just like, I don't need cocoa beans for anything. You think you're real funny, don't you? Yeah. Sit down. Oh, I made you sit for a second. I was trying to make him sit just so he could self-drown, just for a moment. I guess you're forcing me to land. Thanks, Hops. That was real cool of you. We were making some good progress there. Catching up on that day that I had to come and find you. You're as funny. You're Hops version 2. And you're just as funny as he was. Just, hey, I'm gonna ruin your boat. Ooh. So anyways, another thing I was gonna talk about was that I really like dubstep. I don't know why. I really do. I know I'm probably, you know, a bit too old for dubstep. I am the old world gamer, hence the whole you know, collection building, or the building of collecting. I have a series called Collection Builder, so I always call it that. But you know, building up my video game collection of rare and retro games. Well, you know, again, it's all in my name, the old world gamer. But even though I you know, like older things and nostalgic items and etc., I also enjoy new stuff. I try to be as progressive as possible. I don't want to be one of those people that's like, oh, back in my day. Well, I do that anyways. But you know, I don't want to be like, oh, well, you know, I'm from the '90s, so I only like Pearl Jam and Nirvana. Like, I still love those bands. Don't get me wrong. They're amazing. They're awesome. And if you haven't listened to Pearl Jam and Nirvana ever, then my God, what have you been doing? But well, God, no, lava. Walk away. Hops, do not go near there. Go visit this hot, cold tub if you have to. But anyways, yeah, if you haven't heard Nirvana or Pearl Jam, Jesus, do yourself a favor and go listen to them. Go Pirate Bay it if you have to. But, you know, believe me, once you get into it, you're going to be like, yeah, I'm on all these albums. And you'll probably iTunes it then. And I don't know. What are kids calling it these days? Are they calling it downloading? Or I'm going to go on iTunes this or iTunes that. I don't know. Oh, we do need more piggies. Come here, sir. I want to punch the squiggle on your bum. Hops! Okay, apparently because he's on the ice, he's not good at things. Come on, Hops! Don't worry, we'll find other pigs. Anyways, yeah, I don't want to be one of those people that's, you know, stuck in a certain time frame and doesn't like anything that's new, or, you know, doesn't want to be progressive. You know, I listen to a lot of the stuff that comes on the radio. A lot of it is not what I would listen to on a regular basis, even though it's the stuff that I usually listen to recently on a regular basis. But I do like dubstep quite a bit. It sounded like you yelped instead of barked just then. That was weird. But I do like dubstep quite a bit. Obviously, Skrillex was the biggest one. Raga Twins and Natastrom and jeez, what's his name? Is it Nitro Fun? It's a lot of stuff that I've been listening to. Well, I kind of got introduced to it through The Hive and Monster Cat, and was it? I think there's another one, For the Win, or FTW. I think is the name of the group, and they did Let's Be Friends, and that was a great song too. But yeah, I've been listening to a lot of dubstep remixes as well of certain video game covers. Like one of my favorite video game dubstep remixes, well, besides the one for Quickman and Flashman and stuff like that, is oh, the one Slam Shuffle. It's the name of a song. that was originally in Final Fantasy VI when you visited the liars and thieves town of Zozo, and basically as soon as you walk in there, you're greeted by the rain sound of rain trickling down and falling to the world, and and basically, ooh, I don't know why that looks nice to me, but it does. Just, I don't know, it kind of seems like it has legs, almost like like a spider or something like that. Oh, I just fell down. I do see a skeleton over there. I see a group of skeletons over there. Is there a spawner, or? I don't know, but I'm gonna run away now. Oh, he's still walking after you. Get out of here. Okay, I'm gonna get up on this pillar as quickly as possible. There we go. And there we go. I do need to make more torches soon, but... And a bit. And I guess I'll talk about some of those things again in the morning. The whole dubstep stuff. Ooh, pretty sunset. We are awake and ready to make progress. If I can stay over here where there's like a hole in the top here. Hey, buddy. I'm gonna push you over here. Yeah, now that's gonna make for a cool picture, bud. Look over this way. Hops. Hops. Over here, buddy. Hey. He's almost Hey. Why do you keep turning around? Look at him. What is he doing? Good enough. Good enough for me. Come on, buddy. Let's go. You don't want to be sitting in that cold snow anymore. I know you don't. So, yeah, as I was saying, I do enjoy a lot of dubstep. Like I said, Final Fantasy games especially, and a lot of video game music and stuff. But, do any of you have any favorite dubstep songs in particular? I'm sure there's a Skrillex song or two that you probably don't mind at the very least, but I'm sure there's some things that you enjoy, but outside of just Skrillex as well. If that's the case, let me know. If that's not the case, you can let me know that too. I don't mind. Anything you want to say, you can say it. But, yeah, no, I have a lot of fun listening to dubstep, and I usually blast it just before recording this, because that usually gets me into a good mood. Now, I didn't do it tonight because I'm very tired, and I couldn't get pumped up at all. I actually debated whether I should just go and have a nap, or if I should go and do this, and I said, you know what, I missed yesterday because of a stupid power outage thing. So I didn't want it to happen again. So I figured, you know what, I'm going to give these people exactly what they want, which is Quest of the Farlands, or at least I hope they do. And here I am. So here we go. And I don't know, I always think about different things to talk about when I do these, but it's hard to come up with just, I guess, topics that go together. Like, the last topic I have here is, I used to live in Toronto, Ontario, once upon a time. So, you know, someone like, say, Vintage Beef, or you know, someone like that, or even, I think Beijing Canadian once upon a time also lived in Ontario, but probably not during my time frame. He probably wasn't even born at the time when I was still there, so... it doesn't really matter who was living there, but I was living there once upon a time, and That was from, geez, pretty much from 1983 when I was born. I was born in Newfoundland, and shortly after we moved to Toronto, Ontario. But from 1983 to, I think it was 1991? Something like that? Yes. Yes. Until 1991, so... And, geez, we're making a pretty good dent in the progress bar right now. I'm wondering how far we've come so far. We will find out on episode 50. Actually, yeah, I guess episode 50, or maybe we should do the episode 50, and then the next one will be like a live stream thing where I'll record it or something like that, and we'll probably reveal how far we've come so far. And anyone not there for the live stream, if I even do it as a live stream, well, I'll put it on YouTube. So, regardless, you will know how far I've come one way or another through YouTube. So, I'm wondering how far this water is going to let me go. Not too far here, but we keep going. At least as best we can. Oh, we're not gonna... No. So yeah, I lived in Ontario. I lived in Toronto. More specifically, Scarborough. One of the worst places to now live in Canada, really. Now, that stat may have gone down by now. Doubtful, but it may have. But no, we lived there during the era I said earlier, from 83 to 91. Before there were any, like, big gangs or like fighting or violence or any other random stuff that you really don't look forward to having in a place that you live. And apparently only a couple years after I left, there was a shooting out in front of the store or the plaza that we used to frequent as kids. So there could have been quite an easy, you know, it could have been quite easily been, you know, guns fired near, around, or at me when I was younger if I had stayed there. So it was kind of good that we moved back to Newfoundland. But I went from living in this big, exotic city full of people, and well, at the time it didn't seem like racism was an issue, but I'm sure it was. It just wasn't, you know, at least it wasn't in my household. My mom was, well, this is going to sound wrong and right? I don't know. No, my mom was very friendly with all races. So I grew up in a house where, you know, didn't matter if you were Indian or, you know, black, white, what is it, Polish, I'm trying to think of some of the other races that lived in our building. I mean, it didn't matter at all. Everyone, I mean, it was just, you're a person, and that's it. A person is a person is a person is a person. And that's it. It didn't matter, you know, what race you were, or what religion you believed in, or any, you know, other stupid garbage that people tend to get pissed off and hate each other over, which doesn't make sense. Like, you hate me because of my religion. Yes. Why? Because you don't believe what I believe in. Who cares? You know, like, if there's an afterlife and you know, your religion says that you benefit if you believe in this religion, then does it really matter if somebody else doesn't? Well, you know what? Then you won't have to see them in the afterlife then if they don't, you know, follow your teachings and your religion's teachings and so on and so forth. But I don't think that's really a reason to hate someone, is it? Like, even if, like, one religion goes against the other, like, I don't know, any religion that says that you should dislike or hate anyone due to a stereotype or due to race or anything, I mean, honestly, that's not a very good religion. I mean, you know, again, people should all be treated as equals, and I don't see why we have to think otherwise. And I really like this huge pillar thing here. Yeah, I know. I'm thinking about going over here to build up and see what we can do. with making a nice, cool picture. I know you're probably right behind me right now. Oh, we even got the sun in this one. And the clouds are moving, too. That's very nice. That's good enough for me. Come on, Hops, let's go, buddy. But yeah, no, I've never understood, like... I'm sorry, but some of the racist stuff that people, you know, people joke around about, some of it is funny. Like, you know, and I'm just gonna go with the most obvious, most ran to. Oh, you know what? This is probably a bad idea. I should probably just cover in for the night because the sun was going down. But, whoa! There's a big place over there, and I want to explore it really bad. Okay. Hops. Yeah, I know. Stay here. I'm going to, I guess, make a path into right here. There we go. But yeah, like, a lot of the jokes, like, you know, the very, and I'm not trying to be racist here, but the stereotypical ones, like, oh, Asian people are bad at driving, or black people like, you know, watermelon and fried chicken. And, I mean, honestly, a lot of people like those things, and some people and others, I guess, can be more typical. But I mean, I don't think, is that really like a bad thing to say? Like, would you really get mad about that? I mean, I don't know. I think half of the stigma is that people get mad over some of these, you know, stupid ideas and thoughts and stereotypes when it's just like, why? You know, like, oh, you're from Newfoundland, so therefore you must be stunned. Again, I don't know, maybe that's a word that only we use. I'm pretty sure it could be. It's like saying, oh, that's wicked, meaning, you know, that's great, that's awesome, that's wicked. Anyways, I don't know. I've never been able to understand how people can be racist and mean it. Does that make sense? I don't know. I'm trying to make sense as best I can, so... but, yeah, I was just, I guess, brought up in a world where racism was not a thing, and I guess I was lucky on that aspect anyways, because other people are, you know, are probably brought up to think that, you know, racism is a good thing, or whatever, and I don't know, it's very sad if you think about it. And I went to a very dark place, just from saying that where I grew up from. That's great, Stefan. Oh, God. So I didn't mean to bum anybody out, but yeah, I might have. Oh my! This time I'm taking my workbench before I go in for the night. I'm already in before I sleep for the night, I guess. But there you go. There you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, the little walk, the little jaunt that we had. We are getting closer to the Firelands, and we're getting closer to the end of the first season. This is going to be awesome. I'm going to have a season of 50 episodes of this, and I'm going to be proud of it myself, so... Anyways, it's probably dark outside. Oh, yeah, so much dark. I'm going to seal that off before I have to look at, like, a random spider or something. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I'm Stephanie Old World Gamer. And if you ever have any questions or topics you'd like me to talk about, by all means, bring them up. I have one for next time that someone brought up in a comment that I just thought about. So, and it's going to be Star Wars versus Star Trek. And where I stand on that, which I did explain in the comment, but anyways. See you, everybody. Well, good night.